longer. Now, even for people who own dispensaries, that's the other thing you're going to have to look at is so right now Oklahoma is changing the law as far as how you sell marijuana, and it's pissing off a lot of dispensaries because it used to be you get the weed from the grower or you get the
Yeah,
edible from whatever, then you went sold it, right? Just like
right.
Home Depot gets their inventory from wherever and they just sell it. Well, no, can't do that no more. Now because this is the schedule whatever narcotic for the feds or whatever, right? It's not just just wood or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So what they've changed is now you have to go through all these loops and you got to pay a certain amount every year. It's like
Yes,
four
it's
grand
true.
to do this.
Yeah.
So now you got to do this. Now you have to have this digital. It's mandatory. You have to have everything through the computer, and it's got to be through digital sales. So once you get the product, the person who's selling you the product has to say, okay, this and this and this. Now, when the people come through, I don't know if it's the Food and Drug Administration or who these people are, and they start marking off all the products you have, and they say, hey, this isn't in your computer, you can be charged like $60,000 for one edible, one little nugget of marijuana left in a jar. They will charge you $60,000 for being out of compliance, for not having that in your computer. And it's pissing people off because some people can't get all their inventory correct, and people are getting charged and
Wow.
losing their dispensaries. Right. So get ahead of the game. I would suggest Illinois be the last place. You can still, I would see what the law is as far as having a smoke kind of place. I don't know if you
Right.
can have a dispensary, a grow op, and
But
a smoke bar.
actually, the cannabis industry itself in Illinois has been very influential in shaping the law. So it's not as like as buttoned down as it might be in Oklahoma or other places. So that part of the situation in Illinois is a little more fluid than what you just described. But at the same time, I have not seen a situation in Illinois, especially because well, I think Chicago has like 6 dispensaries in town, and then like all of the touching suburbs around Chicago, all the way from north to the west to the south. Each one of those suburbs has at least one dispensary, but none of them have sit-down facilities.
Okay then. All right. Anybody else got any ideas, man? I mean, those are some good ideas y'all just had. Some plenty of stuff. You can go to lawn service. You can get. You can make concrete a concrete business. Um, like my thing, man, trucking. So I'm gonna buy me a fleet. That's what I'm gonna do. Buy me a
That's
100 trucks.
another good idea.
Yeah, I'm
That's
put them
another
things.
good idea.
I
Yeah,
just want to enjoy the money. Like I don't want it to be used for something that's gonna like make me stressed out because like I have a business or something. That's so stressful to me.
I know, but it's about
But you
legacy.
hired an
You gotta,
accountant. So it's not stressful. You can sit on, you think them niggas that run Walmart complaining about that? They go
they don't
one
know.
meeting every out of the year. They go right to back to the Bahamas.
Hell yeah, man. Generational wealth, bro. You ain't gonna generate generational wealth
I'm not
by,
having any children, so yeah.
Well, I
well,
know quite a few black businessmen here in Chicago, and more than 70% of them said that they would use their reparations money to capitalize or expand on their business.
hell yeah, man. 'Cause shit, bro, you can spend money up like it ain't no thing, dude. Man, y'all remember when that BP oil spill came? I'm on the Gulf Coast, so I was able to get some BP oil money. You know what I'm saying? My aunt had hooked me up. I think I spent all that money in 1 week, bro. I spent $10,000 in 1 week. I was young then. I think I was like 18, bro. You can blow through some money. That's why you gotta have some income, some passive income coming in, and then you can pass that down to your kids, so your kids ain't gotta work.
Or I want my kids to work, but work in the business.
I wish my dad would call me for Christmas.
All right, I'll holler at Dennis. You getting off topic?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, no, you getting off topic, bro.
I won't say anything else. I promise.
Dirty already called me
Oh,
stupid.
then Adonis never. What the fuck happened to Adonis, man? That nigga, man. What the fuck
Well, you're
going
not
on,
stupid,
man?
Big Ghosty.
Dirty called me stupid for having you up here. So I'm trying to keep you.
Dirty, are you mad at me?
I'm trying. No, see,
Oh no, honey, I'm not mad at you at all. I just I had to make sure that Big Lowski is always aware of his surroundings, and I make sure I have his back on all fronts.
I gotta make sure you don't get out of line, bro. But that space that I just saw, that was out of line. We ain't gonna talk about that right now. Man, but I love the great, amazing ideas y'all been spreading. Y'all been sharing with me. You know, just to think about it, because you just don't want to get a big bag of money laying in your lap and you ain't got no plan of what you're gonna do for it. I knew once I knew I was about to get some money, I sat down while I was broke and write down everything I was gonna do with it. And that was after I spent all that BPO money. I said, you know what, this time I get some money, I'm gonna have a list. While I'm broke, I'm gonna make a list of everything that I want to invest in, everything I want to do. And it worked out. I bought me a
No.
truck, bought me a business, got all my paperwork straight, and I went by that list. I didn't get nothing else off that list.
Now, Puerto Ricans, they aren't eligible because they aren't foundational Black Americans. Their ancestors weren't enslaved. So there's no reason for a Puerto
Adonis.
Rican
Adonis.
to be on the
Adonis.
stage. Hmm?
Stop it. Stop.
He's not eligible. I don't
You
understand
said
why he's always in these spaces.
Oh yeah. Balanced logic. You got something you want to add, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm sitting there listening to y'all talking about, well, peace to the room, talking about these reparations. Well, so basically, y'all basing this us receiving one payment on one time payment type of reparations, because I'm in it for the lifetime payments, just like the Indians and the Jews. So we getting lifetime payments. I probably blow the first
that was the other interesting thing about the question. Does the baby get the reparations? Does the sister, the cousin, the aunt, or is it like head of household?
one. No, everybody's
No,
supposed to get it.
everybody should get
Everybody
it.
should get it. So you base it on everybody in your household getting it. Y'all got money to burn to a certain degree.
White people gonna be so poor.
That's what I'm saying. It's
White
not
people.
gonna add up. It's
Oh
not
man.
gonna add up. It's gonna these people that's not eligible to get reparations. It's gonna be real. I guess they're gonna feel like shit.
God damn, man. Whoa. Hey.
I mean, you know how many kids people gonna start having so they can have reparations for each baby.
And I also feel that we should be tax exempt. Like, we shouldn't pay any taxes. Like, on the reparations, on any income
Yeah.
that's owned, no property taxes, none of that.
Yeah, that's part of the proposal. Also, is the tax exemption. But I'm kind of thinking like,
Well, it
what?
would be exemption from federal income taxes, but you wouldn't want to be exempt from property taxes. And the reason why is because you still want your sidewalks fixed and your sewers and
Right.
your
But
teachers
we're
in the
gonna be
area
able
to
to
be
do that
paid. That's what those
ourselves.
taxes are for.
We'll be able to do
Yeah.
that shit ourselves, though.
No, I'm not going to be out there fixing no street.
I mean, we
That's
can
what we
hire
got.
people to do that shit. If we getting lifetime payments, we can create our own infrastructure to do that shit.
Right, right. That is,
Well,
yeah.
the infrastructure's already there, and you're
Yeah,
already
we'll just
paying
pay
for it.
their
That's
ass. We'll just
what
pay
property
them.
taxes for.
Shit. Instead of them taking
Yeah,
taxes out of our check, we'll just pay them.
Arthur,
Shit.
yeah, Arthur, yeah,
yeah,
you're right. We've been paying taxes in this country before we was even considered human, before we can
yeah,
even
We were
reap the
taxes.
benefits of those taxes.
yeah.
Yeah, we were taxes at
Yeah,
some
it's
point.
like
We was paying taxes.
I don't want to miss out on fire services, sewer services.
Yeah,
You
well, you
still need
getting
to
a
pay for
lifetime
that
payment.
so
You
that
You
can
know,
do
the
people
it your
can
Jews,
own
the
fix up
Jews
those
got
sidewalks.
their
sewers.
own police. The Jews got their own police, fire department,
Yep.
ambulance,
They
all
got
Yeah,
that.
everything.
and you could make that arrangement with the city that you live in, and then the taxes that you already paid locally to keep your services going. That's an arrangement that we could work out with the city, and I support that. But you can't just suspend all taxes,
Yeah, it's gonna be
otherwise
hard to
everything
do
around
that.
you be falling apart.
Let the
Yeah.
white people pay the property taxes. It doesn't mean like I live in a neighborhood that's mostly Jews and white people. Just because I don't pay property taxes on my house doesn't mean they're not going to come fix the roads.
Yeah, but they don't hardly pay any taxes on their property taxes either because they Jews and white.
No, let the white people pay that shit.
Their
Hell,
shit
it's
is
their
much
fucking
cheaper than
shit.
what they
Let
would
them.
pay us.
They run the government. Let them pay for the shit.
Well, once you start getting lifetime payments, depending on what that shit is on a monthly or yearly basis, we'll be able to afford to pay for whatever the fuck we need.
Okay, but will you pay it?
Hey, Dirty, you there?
Because the
That's a
road
good
still got to be
question.
fixed.
Dirty, you there?
And the sewers still
Hey,
have to be
you're gonna have
maintained.
to pay for the shit in front of your house. Or whatever's on your property, you have to pay for that shit.
No,
Yeah.
no. Sewer systems have to go way away from your house. So you have to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Motherfuckers gonna have to put an outhouse on your property. You got to clean that shit out yourself.
No, I don't think I want to revert to that. But yeah, I mean, local services have to be paid
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, we
I
have
agree
to
with
figure that part out. But yeah, that tax exempt shit, that definitely should be part of it. We should be tax exempt in certain areas.
I'm not paying taxes to a government that doesn't represent me or my interests and never
And
has.
they could never tax us on the actual payments. They can't tax us on that. That'd be
that.
crazy.
If you get that money, they're gonna be representing you then, cause shit, money talk in this country.
No, they represent white people and Jewish people. They need to pay the taxes.
Because they got the money.
And the immigrants, that's who they represent. The illegal aliens, they should be paying taxes, not me.
The politicians crooked, man. They do whatever the rich elite want them to do,
And they
which are
probably gonna
white people.
sneak and give everybody else a secret check behind our backs anyway to make sure that they get their paper up too. So you never know. They're gonna come up with all kind of other fucking outside programs to filter money to the other people that's not getting reparations.
I just seen some grade A bullshit.
Got any barbers in here? Any barber shops? Puerto Rican back up here, man. What?
I stopped getting my hair cut, man. Fuck my edge of
Man,
hairline.
oh yeah, you stopped getting your
My hairline go any further back, nigga. I'm gonna start learning how to speak Somali.
haircut. You better get that ball.
Man, fucking haircut cost $40 now. This shit's crazy.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
Shit's
$40?
ridiculous.
I seen
And
I
motherfuckers
seen
ain't
Tory
got no hair.
I
They
seen
just want
Tory
to just
Lane's dad hair, boy. His head looks smooth in the mug, bro.
he,
Nigga,
he
that
looked
nigga,
just like Tory Lane. Tory
he
looked just
does.
like his ass
He
too.
got a
Just like
shiny
that
ass
motherfucker.
bald head, bro. That nigga
Yeah.
forehead glistening.
That motherfucker got that Tory Lane's bread, got them to keeping that head tight.
But Tory, I don't get. I mean, damn, bro. At that point, just cut it off, man. He got only a lineup. That what Tory Lane's got,
Oh no,
Well,
he got the
he got them
plugs.
implants. He got them
Yeah, he got the
plugs in his
plugs
head.
put in.
bro. Did y'all see the like when you in court and they redo like they paint your picture? Did y'all see how he was looking? How they had him looking? They
That was
did
the
that man
artist
wrong.
doing that. The artist did that
They did
cut
that
out.
man so wrong, bro.
They
I'm
did his
like,
ass
damn.
dirty. They did him dirty.
Let me see,
But
let me see if I can pull that shit
yeah,
up,
put it on the
Oh
jumbotron.
man,
bro.
Put it on the jumbotron. They did him real dirty. But
I ain't
I
got
don't think
saw
his
this
head
shit.
looked like that, man. I don't think he
Y'all
looked like
niggas
that
is
for
sick.
real in court. That shit was crazy.
Why they do my man's like that, man?
Because they trying to create a narrative, man. That's how
God
they do things.
damn.
They put that shit in.
They
All
they
that
trying to
shit is strategic, man.
they trying to create
That
a narrative around his lineup, around his damn
Yeah, we
haircut.
talking about his ass now. We talking about him. We talking shit about him. We talking negative about him. He got fucking robbed. The nigga should not be guilty of all them charges. That shit should have been thrown out.
But that wasn't even called for how they did his ass. Let me see.
Man, they gonna
Yeah,
do
cause they
everything to his
said
ass.
the weapon didn't have his fingerprints or nothing on it.
Yeah, but it had look, this is how I see it. This is what I think happened. Meg and old girl got into a motherfucking fight, got to arguing. Um, the girl pulled the gun out on Meg ass because Meg was the one according to the rumors. Meg was the one doing all the snake shit, sleeping with motherfuckers behind her back. So I think old girl pulled the gat out, was trying to shoot her. Tory Lane started fucking trying to stop her, was fighting with her, and that's when the gun went off a few times while he was fighting her. That's how he got the goddamn residue on his hand. The bullet ricochet hit the girl in the foot. Once they tried to figure out the police got involved, both of the bitches turned on him. And he had a record already, so he probably came out like, man, I don't want to be involved. Once he showed that he was scared about that probation shit, they flipped on him, said, we're going to put it on his ass. And then the Me Too motherfuckers got on their ass and was like, look, we can work this shit into a whole nother thing. Goddammit. Y'all just play y'all cards right. We're going to get a whole bag out this shit.
All right, I
Y'all be
got a
looking at
jumbotron.
65 years.
I got a jumbotron, bro. That nigga only got to line up.
Oh, yeah, they bogus shit. Oh, no. Yeah, this shit look crazy. Yeah, I think because they got his little tattoos and shit on his face. But yeah, that's that damn that's what you call that's a drawn in hairline right there.
Literally, they had to draw that nigga hairline in, literally. But
Yeah,
yeah, man.
his old man went on and said, "Fuck it," took his shit off. He should have took his old man's advice. Crazy with that shit on his head.
Yeah, just cut your hair, man. Just do a ball. Not everybody blessed to have a head for a bald head like this. He got one. That old Kirk Franklin head shake, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody, a white man had told me that God made hair for all the folks who got a ugly looking head. You know what I'm saying? Use that to your advantage, bro. Y'all, the floor is open, man. I'm about to do something right fast. Y'all can talk.
Shit.
What are you going to do with your reparations? All right. Yeah, we support Black businesses. There's tons of them that need funding. There's schools, Black schools that need funding. Our neighborhoods. We start from our foundation. I know I know we only have a handful of banks, but that money is going straight into a Black-owned bank. There's Black stocks, Black bonds.
Yeah, one thing we can all do, especially everybody on this app, we should all figure out a way to make some kind of network together where we invest a portion of that money together and create some kind of thing just with everybody that's on this fucking app. Jeez. That's about their life.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the tech. I've ran into a few profiles that are into coding, making apps. I would love for us to have our own app. Like I ran into somebody who thought Black Twitter was a real thing rather than a hashtag. We need something like that for us, by us.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope as fuck. And we could do it too. We definitely could do it.
Yeah, we need to, especially now. We're getting into a new year. We already have boots on the ground when it comes to reparations. Now we need to start focusing on our foundation, the things that actually are pillars. You know, our churches, our schools, the HBCUs. These are our pillars. So we got to strengthen these up. There's a lot of Black farmers. You know, there's a lot. There's a whole list of stuff that not even once these checks are cut, these are things we can build on now, network now.
We definitely need to be working on some shit now. That is definitely the fact. We should be, especially with the people that's in this app, man. There's too many of us in here that just pretty much working. We could try to figure out something to start building something right now. Like even with the people that don't really fuck with each other, everybody in here about reparations. So we should be
That's right.
figuring out some kind of way to come up with something that we can build while we fucking waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a forward momentum, and that's all that we have. You know, the drama is going to be it is what it is. But as far as our foundation, that's extremely important. We're not going to be able to go anywhere. We're trying to build a house. The foundation is key. We are rock solid. If we're rock solid together, we can build our foundation on that. It's you know, these are our fundamentals. We all know these things, but we actually need to teach these younger people what's going on. You know, a lot of them they're passionate. I mean, I guess that's the nicest way to put it. They're very passionate, but they're also very angry. You know, as they're growing up and, you know, turning into adults, this country, they realize that this country is letting them down. And that's what makes them so angry and militant. But once we utilize, what is that, Gen Z? And what's the next generation called? These this is the future. These are the kids that we need to get them in line. Because I remember, you know, turning 18, 19, and, you know, kind of losing that Disney perspective of my parents and, you know, a lot of the people that I respected. I was like, oh damn, this place isn't what I thought it was. You know, you leave your house and you get into the real world, and this shit is raw.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we
What do
gotta preserve that innocence in them.
what do y'all think? Okay, what do you think should be? What's more important for we be establishing first? Industry or military security?
Ooh, Jesus. When I think about military security, you what is that referring to?
I'm saying it in the strip for basically our main fucking problem because we really don't need reparations. It's just old to us. We don't need it because all we really need, in my eyes, is for them to get the fuck out of our way. That meaning that anytime we are doing good, some kind of way they come and fuck us up. And the only reason why they're able to do that is because we don't have a way to protect ourselves. So we should be trying to figure out some way to protect ourselves even before we even get something to protect. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yes, now I do.
Because if we ain't can't protect the shit, it's no use of having it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because they tear up every fucking thing we build when it starts being a certain type of threat to them or what they perceive as a threat. Because nothing we do is a threat to them because we don't give a fuck about them. They're just scared we're going to pass them. That's the problem. And we got to be able to protect that. If we can't protect that, these reparations don't mean nothing. They're gonna take that shit right back.
Yes, they are. You know, these white people, they have the government that can sick, you know, our police departments on us. We've seen it. I've seen the videos, you know, with the water hose and the fucking German shepherds.
But they had
And they need,
reasons for that. They won't have their reasons for that was to prevent us from doing things. We not fucking with them. So they're gonna be sicking dogs on us to because we not bothered, we not fucking with them. We don't have to worry about them. I'm talking about sabotage. Motherfuckers fucking up our water. You know, fucking up the
Mhm.
way we gotta get our shit to us and fucking with our trucks and shit because we trying to get our products from here to there. You know, shit like that. That's gonna happen. They're gonna be trying to sabotage, and we gotta be able to protect our shit. That's why motherfuckers had the mob, all that type of shit going on back in the day. So, and that shit gonna be happening to us. Trust me. Especially when we get these reparations and it's coming through a legal point because they know we got the money.
Man, that's why
Yeah.
we got to get in that shooting range, bro. Learn how to aim and shoot.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. We need to be coming up with a police force or something that we can. Shit, we might need to hire outside sources. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, private military.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna
those,
have to hire some
those
outside sources to manage that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if we try to do it, they'll flip it on us. But if we
right.
hire some motherfuckers outside, it's a business.
Yeah,
Like
That's
it's.
very true.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, there.
Oh no, I was agreeing with him. That's very true. We do need to be able to protect our own. We need to be able to protect what, you know, our foundation. You know, when it comes, the thing for me, it's going to be the law. It's going to be us learning their language, and they go straight to the government.
That
They
shit
they
don't work.
they do
That law
bills
shit
and
don't work,
policies.
man. They're gonna change the law, man. They flip the law. They're gonna change the law like a motherfucker once they give us these reparations. That's one of the ways they're gonna try to get it back. Is by flipping the laws. We're gonna have to separate from them motherfuckers in certain ways where we're gonna be enforcing our own laws. We can't be That shit is always for them to get the shit back. Fucking with them and they laws and they policies and all that bullshit. They give us that money. They not giving us no motherfucking public aid. We ain't gonna get no Section 8. All that shit is over with. We got to take care of our motherfucking self. We ain't gonna be dealing with them. They not gonna be fucking with us like that. Trust me. Once they give us the motherfucking reparations, all this little shit we used to getting that we don't even realize that we comfortable with, that we take for granted, that shit gonna be gone. You gotta do that shit yourself.
No, that's actually very true. You're right that the laws have changed several times over when it's come to the black community. They change what we are labeled: Negro, Black American, people of color. They keep changing the language. The Webster's dictionary keeps updating what's a man, what's a woman. You're absolutely right. They are very quick to do that. Politicians and the lobbyists, they sneak in. We don't even get to vote on some of this shit. So you're 1,000% right. They do use the law against us.
Yeah, that's why we gotta start holding more spaces about what we gonna do when we get this damn money and how we gonna keep it. Because they're gonna be planning on getting it back from us. Because they're already setting everybody up to say they fucked the money up because they stupid and don't know how to manage it. So whatever they doing and whatever happens, that's gonna be the excuse.
Yeah, and I see Ketanji Brown trying to push this HR 40 bill. Yeah, this is garbage. You're absolutely right. They're actually a few steps ahead of us with this bill. This bill will include shit that doesn't even really truly apply to us. I had to read it to realize that this shit is a setup. So you're right. We need to get more politically aware. We need to see what these people are talking about, especially when it comes to us specifically, because this HR 40 bill is a sabotage. It's a sabotage for everything affiliated with reparations, the Black Americans, everything. And this is that bill that Biden is behind. This is the president of the United States. So you're absolutely right. We need to figure out how to get behind protecting ours, even before this check shows up.
I think at minimum it should be about $800,000 per person.
I think that's what got Dion in trouble, was putting a number on it. Putting a number on it is it's not. I'm not really. I don't really want a cap on it, because it also includes land. It also includes oh my goodness, other it includes other things. It's not just the dollar amount. I know a lot of the white people, they keep we'll go back to Africa and all the little fucking stupid shit that they say, but this means
Well, it
we're
starts with
entitled
a
to land in
cash
this country.
payment. It starts with a cash payment. We need our money first, and then we can talk about land and any other things like that. We need our cash payments first.
Yeah, we do. We need a federal bill. I like how there's states to states doing their own thing, but this has to be a blanket across this country federal bill. But I hear you, Adonis. I understand where you're coming from.
Maybe we
But
can all file like lawsuits against the federal government. Just each one of us just file lawsuits against the federal government, suing them for the amount of money that we need individually, and just bombard them with lawsuits until we get our money. Because Joe Biden is giving out trillions of dollars to the racist Ukrainians, the Nazis, Zelensky and them, so that they can try to bully Russia on their border and point guns at them. They keep giving that weirdo billions and billions of dollars. And the white people never stand up and say, we're not paying for this. What does this have to do with us? Because they want to take care of their own. They need to pay me my money. Run me my check. I need my fucking money.
Right. Cause you want to go to the beach.
If I want to burn it, that's my business.
It's
But
your business, man. I'm
I
just
need
messing
my
with you. You
money.
right. You right.
I'm tired. They need to pay me my fucking money.
Okay. Adonis ain't playing with him. Yeah, man. What was I about to say? I about to say something. Y'all can go ahead.
Yeah, I get that, you want this for yourself, but you also have to acknowledge that this may not happen in our lifetime. You
No,
know,
no, no. They
this
need to pay
may
me my fucking money, and they're gonna pay that shit within 10 motherfucking years. Ain't nobody playing with them. It's not no lifetime. No, that's the problem. Now they need to pay that fucking bill.
I give it.
This nation is cursed until they make things right with Black Americans.
I'm more
I
on your side
curse
about
this
that, Dennis.
nation.
I'm on your side too. I think it's gonna be quicker than we all believe as well. Cause since the start of this movement, it's been making a lot of ground, like quicker than I expected. So, hey, Desiree, you might be surprised. It might be
I hope
10 years,
so.
like you said. You know, at first I thought we was gonna be like 90 years old. You know what I'm saying? Old as hell before we got it, but yeah, hopefully. Shit. God knows we need it
Yeah,
out
we
here, bro.
definitely do. I'm just thinking about the next generation. Our youth are, the gun violence is insane. That they're skipping out on our letting the education slip through their fingers. All of these businesses and industries and the trades aren't, the jobs just aren't here in this country. So for me, I'm thinking about the next generation as a mother. But you're right, Adonis. You don't have to, you don't want to give them any more time to say no. You want it now. It's your money and you need it now. So I definitely hear you.
He said 5.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
Hashtag
He said
reparations
10. I'm
now.
thinking 5 years. I can't wait 10 years. I'm thinking 5.
we putting the pressure on their backs. That's for sure. We just gotta keep on it. We gotta keep on it.
We
It's
need to start sabotaging shit like they did the bus boycotts and shit. We need to start like just random days. Like, okay, this is the day we're gonna fuck shit up. We're gonna fuck it up like multiple times a month. Okay, we're not spending money this day. We ain't buying no food. We ain't coming to work. We need to start shutting this shit the fuck down.
right.
Um, hold on a second with that, Adonis. There's too many illegal immigrants in this country for us to back out of our jobs, back out of our responsibilities for ourselves. I'm all for the fight. We can fight. We can get in the streets. We could march. We can go to rallies. There's things that we could do to create more unity. But the second that shit gets violent, these white people,
No, no,
these,
no. I
these,
didn't say anything about violence. I said
oh,
about
no, no, no. I'm not.
fucking shit up with money. Like we
Oh,
don't
okay.
spend money like for like 3 days, and we watch the economy plummet because all of us just pulled out at that moment because we're on code, just like they did with the
Okay.
bus boycotts. We're
Yes.
not going. We're going to take off work. We're not going to show up to work one day. That's
All
what
right.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up because I know how these white people get scared at shit like that. But yeah, thank you for clearing that up for me because I didn't know what you meant.
Desiree, once you get
Yes,
your
sir.
reparations, I don't know if you spoke about it already. I've been away from my phone. I was on the phone with somebody, but did you speak on what you're gonna do with your reparations once we got it?
Um, to be honest, I don't know. Um, I've I definitely, for my son, I keep thinking about what I would do for him, but there for me it seems to be a lot that I need to think about. There's a lot that I need to do to build up my foundation as, when I think about if I was ever to win the lottery or, like something like that, I'd be like, oh, I'll fix my credit score, I'll go back to school. I think small. Um, but on a grander scale, I have no idea. There's
I'm
a
gonna
lot
buy a
that I
couple
should
more
do.
Airbnbs.
You
Maybe
got
some
it.
land. Maybe I'll buy some land, build a compound for my family. I mean, there's a lot. I've actually ran into a few people here that have land. They're developing the land, building farms, becoming self-sufficient, you know, um, they're part of co-ops. These people live free. They're not a part of the system anymore. And that just so appealing to me to, be able to take care of my family and bond with my family the way that living in the city and the suburbs just doesn't give us. Being completely independent away from, white society and the system, that's becoming more and more appealing to me. So I have a few things to think about. I've always thought small. I always thought, oh, I'll win the lottery and I'm gonna fix my credit score and I'm gonna go traveling. Nah, not when it comes to reparations money. I think I want to think a little bit more realistic.
You got any hobbies or interests or anything? Like any side hobbies?
Um, Yeah, but my hobbies, I can't really do anything with them. Like I love bowling. I go play pool. I was on a bowling league for a long time, but now when you put in the context of reparations and my people, my Black community as a whole, that shit just sounds so childish. That's why I was like, I do need to really think about this. And I see, like I said, I've ran into people on this app. They live on acres of land where it's just them and their family and their families. They done build houses for their grandparents, for aunts and uncles, and their families are all on the same plot. And there's just something about that just rings for me. And I think I like that idea, just being away from white society, from the system, from this capitalist system, being able to, have my own chicken eggs and my own, like just my own. And then the every plot next to them is all, they're more Black families. There's a town, I forgot the name of the town, a majority Black town here in the United States, and they done dropped a police department training camp right in the middle of their shit. Out of all the places for them to build this camp, they done dropped this camp in the middle of their town, and the people are pissed as fuck. And I think the more that they push back, I think they're going to move that training camp, out of their town.
Yeah, I heard about that. Well, I heard when they first announced the plans to build it. I didn't know they actually went through with it because they Chance the Rapper, he was lobbying against it. Um, but also, you said, uh, is there money in bowling, like championship bowling, like in the
Yeah,
league?
yeah. There's money. There's a lot of money in leagues.
Oh, okay, that's something you can do right there. Like start your own league, man. And you said chicken eggs, bro. That's really important for sustainability. I was talking about that earlier. I grew up with chickens. You don't even need roosters to have chicken eggs. They make eggs. Most chickens do 2 to 3 eggs per day. At one point, I had over 40 chickens in my backyard, and I had eggs every day. I was giving away eggs. I had so many eggs. I was selling them. I was selling them a dozen for $3.50. Made some nice little pocket change, nice little pocket money. But like you can taste the difference too when it compared to store bought eggs. So that's a good idea if you like want to be like a prepper or something and be self sustainable. Chicken eggs. Get you a
We
hen.
should all go in on a chicken business.
Yeah, you said preppers. Though that's exactly the community that does that. Are preppers, and they call them preppers for moments just like this, when people like Bill Gates is buying up millions of acres of farmland. The gas prices, the diesel prices are going up because they're fucking with the oil. Yeah, they're the preppers. That's exactly what they're called. These people make their own medicine. There's nothing that they can't do for themselves that they have to leave. And yeah, that community, it's a lot of white people, but there's more and more and more of us popping into it. And they're completely self-sufficient. They don't need nothing. They don't need nothing. They filter their own water. They have their own fish. They have their own meat. Their own butchers. There's Black ranchers. There's Black families that are already in it. And I think the more that if not we but me, I'm tired of this system. I'm just tired that when I think about fighting back, I'm thinking about this monster, this big giant system that's already set up. And I don't want to, there's nothing I can do to beat that system except exclude myself from it. And that's how you destroy this system, is to exclude yourself out of it. I want out. I want out of the matrix. I want to get into the real world. And there's lots of land out here. They packed us into these cities, and you lose your hopes and your dreams. I'm done with this shit. I want out of the system entirely.
I wouldn't mind separating from the white people and the Puerto Ricans. I think that could be beneficial. Learning how to like
So
be
sick of you.
sustainable, and like learning like how do we do our own power? How do we do our own policing? Like how do we do our own firemen and firewomen and those services and like our hospitals? Imagine like having a black healthcare system, like actually being treated like you're human. Like you don't have to worry about getting a white supremacist as your doctor, or a white supremacist nurse that's going to ignore your loved ones' cries of pain because they don't think black people feel pain the way that they do, and not caring for them or giving them subpar service that doesn't even meet the standard of care. Imagine having black doctors, black nurses, black people like caring for your family. That would be awesome. That's what I would like.
Wait, is somebody talking?
No, not anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Anybody else want to come up? Raise your hand. Anybody got some good ideas? We need good ideas. Mm.
Yeah, just any perspective, how to get out of this system, how to get out of this network that they already have built around us.
Go to Africa.
I'm sorry.
Go to Africa.
Well, what is they gonna do?
What does that
Yes,
mean?
he's a troll.
No,
What,
that's okay.
what would that do?
What?
Uh, we can buy our own land and build houses for cheap.
Yeah, but the economies aren't stable and
And we can
the
we can take
infrastructure.
we can get laundry mats in Africa. We can start capitalizing, and we can have our land here.
Okay. You think they'll accept you in and without any issues?
That's another thing. I think we should get in our reparations. We should get dual citizenship to Africa.
Do America have that kind of power
I
to make
wish
other
they
to
just
make
sent
other
them 50
people?
billion,
Uh,
55 billion.
okay. Well, I guess that's the idea. Black by popular demand. I tried to bring you up.
Yeah, me too. It won't let me throw him a mic. I said add a speaker. It says he can now speak, and I come back and he's still on request mode.
You may have to drop down
I think I'm
someone.
on now. What's up, family?
Oh, there you go.
Merry Christmas to all. Peace and reparations to the freedmen.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, you know what? So here's the thing, right? So all of the we've done the black doctors and black community stuff before. And the only difference, I think we can do it again, but we have to have an eye towards nothing should be built until there's a plan on how to protect it. If you think about historically the Bloody Sunday or the Bloody Summer, 1919, 1920, 1921, and all of the freedmen towns and Black Wall Streets that were destroyed, we had all that stuff. We've done this stuff before, but we just didn't have a plan to defend it and protect it. And so, if we are students of history, we have to admit that we have to engage with those of our people who have served in the military. Um, we have to, have a plan for whatever we build, that we have an eye towards defense and a plan for how to defend it. Number one. But I'm not shooting the idea down. I think it's exactly what we need to do is to build our own infrastructure, our own rebuild our own institutions. But what I would also look at as freedmen, and when we talk about what we would do with reparations money, I think there's two things that I would like to see. We're most of us are aware of the movement for our people to move back into the South, so that we have a majority in the southern states that have historically been our homeland. So that's a good idea, but specifically to target those counties with the lowest populations. Why? Because there's a town in a county in Georgia that has like 2,000 people in it. So if we had 2 or 3 or 4,000 freedmen moving into that county, we would automatically be able to take over the county government. And remember, when you talk about law enforcement and sheriffs and county judges and county clerks, and all of the government is on the county and city level, town, county, city level, and then state. So if we really were strategic, we would target those communities, those counties that were that have the smallest population, white populations, and we take them over, because that's going to throw that's going to throw a wrench in white folks' ideas and plans, because they've already redrawn district maps and everything else in terms of the gerrymandering that they've done to make it so that the votes of people in those areas that are predominantly white and rural count more than, say, the votes of people, black folks that live in cities or in counties that are predominantly black. So we have
But
forced them.
black by popular demand. Do you ever think or try to figure out the reason why all those white people left those areas in the first place?
Well, a lot of those areas never had much population. You know, you can look at a lot of communities, and I'm talking in the South specifically. You know, away from the major cities, where time and time again, when there's opportunities to build up and build infrastructure, whatever, if the people who are there own large tracts of land, and they're the white folks that live there, they own areas of land, and they dictate what they do and don't want, and they don't want a lot of infrastructure. They don't want to build cities. They don't want to have a lot of that stuff, because when you bring that stuff, you bring more people, and they lose control. So these small towns where there's towns all over this country. There's smaller areas, smaller towns where everyone's pretty fairly wealthy, or okay. They're mostly white, and they control it. They don't want to build up downtown. They don't want to make it into a city or a town, a real big, decent sized town, because then they have to put infrastructure in place that they don't want to put there. They want the infrastructure to be over there, over away from them, so that they can maintain control and dictate who's going to live there. So what I'm saying is, if you talk about a county where there's land is cheap, right, and it's not near any major cities, those are the type of areas where it would make some level of sense to target those type of areas, if you get enough people to just move in and take over. And then the next election, next election, they've got they have no chance of resisting it, because they didn't see it coming. And now you take over the county government. And one thing that, once you have a county government under your control, you control law enforcement, you control the town itself, or if it's a city or a town, you control that, you control everything, you control the government. So I would like to see us do that kind of strategic movement, even within moving to the South, with our reparations money, because then that gives us real power. Because the thing that I've always thought about, the sister was talking about, land away from white folks, and I'm a city boy, but I got roots in the South like most of us do. Um, but I'm uncomfortable with the idea of just moving to some rural area if I don't if my people aren't out there enough to know that I have their back and they have mine, right? And so I always think about it from the standpoint of, if we don't control the government in that area, they can use things. The county can use eminent domain to take property from people, like was done with my family's property in Alabama. They can do all kinds of stuff, to make things difficult, to select how laws are enforced, and how the sheriff and the county government applies services, and to who gets and who doesn't, all of that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm thinking like that, is that if we can take over those areas, those counties that are already in existence, then I think that gives us a quick path to controlling that area, and then they can't take it away from us. Buy it up.
Yeah, I agree. And you talking
That's
about
actually smart as hell.
once we get our reparations, right?
He's talking about doing that shit
We
now.
could do it now.
Well,
We just got
well,
to
the
get the
thing,
numbers and have the strategy and planning behind it.
well, I mean, down here in the South, I can speak down here for the South, and even in the Appalachia area, the reason why the people leave these areas and go to the city is for job and opportunity growth. So if we gonna live in these areas, we got to create some type of opportunity, some type of job.
Right, but
You know,
understand this, because you're absolutely right for those people who leave. But white folks don't leave their land to go up north. The reason we originally left in the 20s, 30s, and 40s from the South and went up north to the cities was because the Klan and the White Citizens Council and all the white supremacist groups were burning us out of house and home, stealing our land, all of that stuff. They attacked, was over 50 different Black Wall Streets around the country, burned us out, terrorized us, drove us out of our land, and then put liens on our property and stole our property illegally. And so, the reason we left was because we couldn't get work with them, and because we didn't have a majority in many of those communities to be able to create jobs. But if we move in and have a majority in those areas, then we can create self-sufficiency within our own community, right? Okay, you have the landscaping business. Maybe I've got the I run the feed store, or somebody's a vet and somebody's a couple of folks that do it all the different things, and we pool our resources and say, okay, I'm gonna use my skill, whatever skill that I have, or whatever skill I want to develop, to be a service to the community. And that's where historically, where we've been able to develop these Black Wall Streets, was just by doing that. But we just got to have enough people and a plan to defend everything that we do, so that we can't just get burned out, or run out of our own territory. We got to stand our ground. But white folks don't run from white folks who have land. Don't run away from their land. They get farms. They find these farm subsidies, if so that they don't even have to grow nothing to get money from the government, right?
I'm just
And
saying, but for the past few decades, they've been like running away from these rural towns, not just to the north, but to any city. They just run into any city so they can be able to have a sustainable life and provide for their family.
right, we have, but
I'm
I
trying to
haven't seen
figure
I
out
haven't seen that with
us
white
running.
folks. White folks
No,
don't
yeah,
have.
it has. White people been leaving the rural areas. They've been dying and leaving. The rurals, they've been their population has been shrinking and shrinking every year. People aren't out there anymore in those little rural towns all around the South
Yeah,
and the
but
Alabama
they're
and the
they're
Florida and
they're
all that stuff.
they're still inheriting that property, and whatever business or land improvement or land usage that their parents and grandparents were doing. They still own that. They inherit that. I get your point,
Yeah,
though. I mean, and you're right from a population perspective. But again, there's no reason to run to the city if you can create a sustainable community with division of labor, where everybody has their role. We can all eat. You know what I mean?
yeah. You can always create your own city, but destination location means a lot for the city. Most major cities, most major cities are on the coast, by the water.
Yep.
It's like that for a reason.
And on the
So,
highways, on the highways, on
mhm.
75 and 95 and 85, right off the highways. But the overall point being that, you know if we want to actually have a place of our own, we have to make it, because it doesn't exist today, not in any real numbers. If you look at many of the majority Black towns and places that still exist today, they have all kinds of problems, to the point where they've been choked of resources. But if we take over some place, we get everything that place has lined up for it already. And then when if they start, they change the laws, and the state decides they want to get in and start stripping stuff after the next census, then we can create another place for ourselves. We got to use
It's a
the
good
same
idea,
game
man.
plan they do.
They got a couple places like that in Atlanta and around Georgia. Rural areas bought by black people. They
You talking about Freedom, Georgia?
I believe so. It was like
Yeah,
12 of them had got together and bought a whole city. They got a couple
19. Yeah,
more.
it was 19 families. They bought
19. It
like
was 19. That's right.
yeah, Freedom, Georgia. That's over near Toomsboro. Down. I guess that's near what the heck is that called? Man, I almost went down there for Juneteenth 2 years ago. Um,
Yeah.
I still want to check it out. I think it's a fantastic idea. I think that's the type of thing that we need to do. We can't be afraid to establish our own, because the truth of the matter is, um, and anything where, if we're moving into an area that's predominantly white or controlled by white government, they're gonna do everything at our expense, like they've always done.
You know who the chick who did you boycott? She got a Twitter account called Who Did You Boycott? She talk about doing that, and I be thinking about it, but like, are you legally allowed to not allow white people to move in? Like, is you
No,
supposed
no,
to be
no,
like
no,
a
no,
black?
no, 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 no,
You
no.
you
But
you
she
can't
said
deny
you
them
are.
that ability, but you can definitely make it unfriendly and unwelcome.
She said, because I pushed her back on it. I'm like, so this guy making a black enclave, like little ethno state for black people, like that's not legal. They can choose to move in, and you got discrimination laws, housing laws that's on the books. That
We'll
So,
leave that job up to our black realtors. We'll let
well,
them do that job for us, the
I
same way
mean,
they do it to us.
honestly, if we're talking
okay.
about after reparations, if y'all know what the Sherman Reservation is, right?
No, no, what's
Okay.
that?
So right after the Civil War, General Sherman met with 19, or I'm sorry, 20, 25, 26 black leaders, um, down here in the South, right after, or actually it was before the end of the Civil War, and he asked them what they want, and they said, we need our own place, we need our own area we can rule and govern ourselves so that we can heal. And so the whole idea of the 40 acres and the mule wasn't just that each family got 40 acres. It was that Sherman had promised a contiguous block of land from right south of Charleston, South Carolina, all the way down to the St. John River in northern Florida, and 30 miles inland. That entire area was supposed to be just for the freedmen. It was a reservation, so to speak. It was our own area, and no black man in that area, black family, would be governed by white people. And that was the original promise. And that land was seized from Confederates, sympathizers and loyalists. And ultimately, they took the land back and redistributed it back to the traders who were Confederates. But the promise was that we were going to have our own area where we could govern ourselves, and that was supposed to be, that's prime real estate. Now I don't think we're going to get that today, but we could certainly advocate for a system where we have our own nation, our own area, even reservation area, whatever. We have our own area where we can self-govern, so that we can finally heal as people and not be living among these white folks, because that was the original agreement, that was the original promise that the federal government made to the freedmen. I hope everyone's read From Here to Equality. It talks about it in that book. It's a fantastic book. Please read it if you haven't.
Who's the author?
Dr. William Darity and his wife Christian
Oh,
Mullen. From Here to Equality, reparations, and in the what's the byline? It's From Here to Equality, reparations for Black Americans in the 21st century, or something like that. And incredible book. Please read it. Please read it. I've read it about 5 or 6 times. I go back to it every couple of months. It's the
and
blueprint for everything we're doing.
did he speak about the same stuff you talked about?
Yes, sir. Man, that let me tell y'all, that book, not only first of all, it makes the case for why reparations are needed and are owed. Um, it also it gives a good um, summary of what our people have experienced in this country. It makes the case for reparations from an academic standpoint. Um, and then it also talks about you know previous reparations that have been paid to other groups of people, so that all these people say, oh, my tax dollars shouldn't go to reparations. My family wasn't here when during slavery. Like, all it answers all of the questions. Read the book. It will sharpen your rhetoric in terms of when you're talking to people either on Twitter or in real life. When you're talking to people about reparations, it gives you the a way of talking about it that's based on knowledge and the law in this country. And so it's a really, really great read. Please read it. Family,
Appreciate
I gotta
that,
go
Black,
pick
by
my mom up for
by
Christmas
popular
dinner. So
demand.
yeah, I gotta pick my mom up for Christmas dinner. So I'm gonna run. But I wanted to wish
Oh, that's
everyone a
cool, man.
Merry Christmas and a peace of reparations to the freedmen.
Yeah, back at you, man, and yeah, come back around
Yes, sir.
sometime, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate your insight.
All
Thank
right,
you,
brother. God
Yeah,
Patricia.
bless
thank
you.
you.
Patricia,
That was awesome.
Hey everybody.
what's up,
What's the
Patricia?
question? What are you gonna do with reparations?
Yeah, yeah, that was the last topic, but yeah, go ahead and answer it.
Oh, I'm probably gonna help poor people. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to set my farm up and employ some other people from other places because everybody I know is gonna have reparations.
Mm-hmm.
So
So you're
ain't
gonna
no
be,
need to help.
so you're gonna
I
help white people?
Oh yeah, of course I'm gonna help white people. I'm gonna help whites. I'm gonna help Hispanics. I'm gonna help everybody.
So
Because I'm not gonna have a care in the world. They the ones gonna be the poor
Black
ones.
first.
so you're gonna get
Black
your
No,
reparations
no,
first.
no,
check
no,
and
no.
then
You don't
give it back to
understand.
white people?
You don't understand. Everybody, everybody that I know, because I'm Black American first. That's what I am. I'm Black American first. So everybody that I know that's Black American is going to have their reparations.
Right.
Is it not me? So how we go? I mean, it will be no need to help our community. You see what I'm saying?
So you're gonna
So
get your check and then give it to white folks, poor white
why,
people?
did I say that? Did you hear what I said?
The white people gonna be the only ones that are. I mean, white people and immigrants. I see if you okay give it to like the
So
immigrants, but
so I'm investing in my country because I'm an American, right?
okay.
My money is going to the country that I'm from and my family's from. You see what I'm saying? No,
I do.
y'all get it? Oh, okay, all right. I
Yes,
just
ma'am. I hear what you're saying.
cause when I get my farm, who gonna be out there picking the stuff that I'm farming? Hmm?
These immigrants.
Right. So hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm invested in this
Okay.
country too.
So you saying you gonna work to employ homeless people? Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
I thought. Okay, yeah, I get that. I thought you was talking about just helping, like just give her the
Help.
money. You ain't say that part. You said yeah. You said uh, I didn't hear you say the part about employ the homeless. Okay, I get
No,
what you're saying.
no, the people that are because since the United States has no reservations and letting in anybody whenever they want to, they coming over here to get a job, and so just like other Americans that hire these people for lower wages and still keep a fat money in their pocket, I'm gonna do the same because I'm an American. You
Oh,
see what I'm
okay, yeah,
saying?
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but
All right.
also though, I really want to open up a freedman school because I went to a freedman school.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, great.
so it was from the 7th to the 12th. It's in Bruton, Alabama.
Oh, it's in Bruton.
Yeah, yeah,
That's not too far away from me in Mobile.
yeah. So I
Was it
want
like it was a smaller school?
to. Yeah,
Uh,
it was a normal school. So like you get not only do you get like training, but our history was full history and so much stuff you can do. You can learn how to cook, fix cars, uh,
damn, that
yeah,
sounds nice.
do
Was it a
hair.
private
Yeah, it was a
school?
private school.
Oh, yeah, to pay for it. Damn.
Of
Well,
course.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's still not a bad deal. You learn all that because you ain't learning a damn thing in these public schools. I pay for something like that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I live
Bruton. That's
there.
the Bruton. That's up there, Monroeville, Atmore.
No, it was closer to Atmore.
Yeah, yeah. I know about Bruton. I got some family in Bruton.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely want to buy back cuz what is it? Alabama State bought the property, and so but the buildings are still intact, you know. There's a dorm, there's a girls dorm, boys dorm. Like I had to be self-sufficient, and it just taught me like how to practically grow up, take care of myself, make my clothes, cook my food, grow my food. Like they taught us everything.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's real cool. They need to bring that back. We got to stay in touch with you so you can mimic that. That type of atmosphere.
Definitely. I mean, you could look up it's called Southern Normal School.
That's
Um
what. That's what Omar need to be doing. Something like that.
yeah. Yeah, all these people that want to start these schools, I definitely want to and that was it was definite like any throughout history, like when especially when after the World War and Reconstruction period, they started setting up all of these normal schools for Black people. So those you ever see pictures of teachers and students and they Sunday best or whatever, and they dress and they standing there for a
Hmm.
picture in front of the school.
Yep.
Yeah, you was taught every single thing. So
Yeah, that's that southern shit. Sunday's best. But that's man, y'all think I'm country in Bruton? Woo, that is the country to us. I got family there, and we say they from the country.
that
That's
ain't no
country,
country.
country.
It's a Walmart there.
Oh, it's a Walmart. Yeah, yeah. They put that Walmart on. Everybody think they set now, but
Yeah, it's a
man,
Walmart there.
boy,
Like,
you
look,
talking about backwoods? Woo.
no, that ain't backwoods. Castleberry is backwoods. That's where my mama from. That's backwoods. That's where the 40 acres is back there. So don't be talking about Bruton. I ain't finna let you do that. You disrespectful. That's
Man,
disrespectful.
it's real up there in Bruton. You can go missing up there in Bruton and you just be gone.
I can't say nothing about that though. I ain't
Somebody
gonna say
throw
nothing
your
about
ass
that.
somewhere. You just done. It's over for you. Nobody never find you again. But yeah, I used to drive through Bruton and stuff like that.
Oh, on 31.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, once you get off 65, get on that 31.
Get on 31, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
s- uh, but yeah, we appreciate that, sister, for real. Sulan, what's up?
Well, I missed for the last hour. I was on a phone call right now. I'm driving down. I'm gonna participate in some mutual aid group. Try to pass out some stuff. Volunteer hour or two. So that's what I'm about to do right now. Shit, what I missed, and I'll,
All right,
I'll
so
answer.
our first topic was we was talking about what would you do with your reparations check, and then that delved off into building a city because a lot of folks had interesting ideas about building like a little black enclave, a little ethno state, I guess. And
Okay, hey, where Dirty come from? I didn't know Dirty was here. What's up?
yeah, she just popped in about 30 minutes ago. But yeah, we was having a good conversation, man. A lot of folks with a lot of great ideas was up in here.
So my idea is one of the things that I'm trying to do is just literally narrow all my shopping choices and all my pretty much my decisions. So we gotta have that the solidarity or not solidarity. We have to have the cooperative economics. Shopping in your own store. So you got the grocery store, um, clothing store, gym. We gotta have all that. As far as solidarity economics, like what Patricia was talking about, she's gonna do deals with some of the folks that are not FBA, but they got to contribute to us as well. So that's solidarity economics. And then within the also within the corporate economics, there got to be counter economics. So if I'm hungry for some damn McDonald's, I gotta find that black-owned restaurant that's gonna sell me a burger or some alternative. I mean, that's part of the counter economics. But also pretty much finding an alternative.
So,
And then some do it now.
Lance, I
Huh?
wanted to ask you, bro. So it was a guy been here talking earlier. He was talking some good stuff. He said we'll be able to relocate to the rural areas and buy the land out and own the what I'm saying, get the politicians on our side or whatever, run for office and control and dominate the area, which sounds good, but I can't but help but think it's the reason why these people left these areas in the first place. You know, they like the rural areas. They are dying out, bro. It's like they're down bad in those rural areas. They're disappearing. The white people out there. Do you know anything about like rural Appalachia, white America?
All I know is just through like documentaries and watching TV shows where they be quote unquote doing very illegal activities, like making the meth labs and shooting up and them killing each other over simple disputes.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
bad. It's bad out there.
them going to pharmacies like. So I used to work at a pharmacy. So it was a pharmacy that connected to like 3 rural towns. So like in Colorado, and that's all they be doing. All they be doing is popping pills and shooting at each other and
Hmm.
all sorts of things. Like the
Acting
biggest,
black,
huh? The
acting
biggest
black and
drug.
shit.
No, it was no black. It was rarely any black folks.
Oh,
I
I
see
said they be
maybe
acting black. I said they be shooting each other and acting black in those rural
yeah,
areas.
yeah. The
And
biggest.
all they listen to is Lil Boosie and Kevin Gates. I swear to God, that's all they listen to.
Hey, that ass and Young Dolph. Um, hey, the biggest prescriptions I was giving out though was birth control, like hella birth control, like never fails, every couple minutes, all white folks, white girls get birth control pills, or birth control medicine, and then oxy, not oxycontin, yeah, oxycontin, hydrocodone, oxycodone, like out of like hundreds, like their prescription be saying they giving out like they take like 4 pills every 3 hours, and they look perfectly fine, and also Adderall medicine, like there's different types of ADHD medicine. Some that are straight up meth, like methylphenidate, obviously dextroamphetamines. What else?
I take that. I take dextroamphetamine.
Vyvanse.
That way your ass be lit.
Like these motherfuckers going crazy. These motherfuckers is going crazy out in these rural areas, and the doctors just writing out any type of prescription that they want. They go to their little primary care. They write out any type of prescription, and most of them are all on Medicaid. Like the rural the area, the more likely they on Medicaid. So
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's killing them too. Yeah, that's the reason why they dying out too. I thought it was like another like reason, like trying to get to the city to make some more money or something. But like old buddy said, man, we can create our own. We can establish some type of barter system, like uh, get vets, folks, professions, and come out there. We have like a local doctor or some shit. This is not Volverance.
but yeah, don't let that shit fool you. There's only like 1 or 2 cops out in the rural areas. That's why shit don't get reported like that. They'll have a domestic dispute, and then they'll go somewhere, or someone be end up missing and dying.
Hell nah,
That's
yeah, shit, man. When you ain't got a lot of cops like that, I ain't gonna be doing nothing. Hell, there's a robbery going on. I'm gonna cut on my license siren before I get there to let them know I'm coming to get them a chance to get on about it there. I ain't about to be dealing with that shit. Hell no. Um,
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Soul Land real quick. You corrected me about something last night, and I looked into it, and you was right. You was absolutely right. So I just wanted to let you know that you was right about the 40 million.
yeah,
$40 trillion.
I was right.
Huh?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I knew I was right. I was like, if you divide 40 trillion and you divide it by 40 million equals 1 million. And then the exponential equation that came up, 4 plus e to the 12th power, that equals to 40 trillion. So
Yeah,
that's
I just never seen it written like that. I didn't know that 4 plus e to the 12th power was 40 trillion. So
yeah, that's
you
what I
was
was trying to tell
absolutely
you.
right. I I apologize, I was wrong.
That's what's up, man. See, look, that wasn't that hard. You know, most people they just get mad and then go lie about something else. But this man, this gentleman, he actually came back and was like, "You're right." See, that's
Hey,
some
yeah, I appreciate it though. Thank you.
that's some yeah, that's some real nigga shit right there. Yeah, most niggas will get angry and go make up another lie.
Or
Not
make
that,
another space, or they block me, they rage quit. Like,
yeah, that foolishness. Yeah, man. So anybody else got any professions they could be useful, make like a little black city, a black town or something, and the ideas? What
oh,
you gonna
urban
do?
farms.
You
Urban
gonna be
farms is very important. Like, farming is obviously important, but urban farming, like, folks that, like, I don't want to say lazy, but like, in the city we got our own fruits and vegetables. Folks is growing it in the urban farm. I think that's very important. There's um, like in Seattle, they got like urban farm. Definitely Oakland, they got like Black American owned 4 different urban farming places in Oakland. So I think that's very important. And you can pick out the fruits. You pay a little fee, whatever. You grab whatever you need, because we definitely need to eat them fresh fruits and vegetables. Because look at my grandmama and them. Our grandmama and them, they 88, they 89, they about to be 100, they 102.
right.
But you look at our moms, generation, they're dying off quick. Like I said, my dad passed away when he was 30. I'm 30. Um, Folks developing MS, all these diseases, but our grandparents is alive and kicking because their parents was in sharecropping. They bought land and they grew life from the soil, which gave them extended life. So doing a new form of farming and farming in general will definitely help. I think that's I can't reiterate that much how important probably farming is to us. We got to do that. Our health. So I'll land my plane. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead. I cannot be heard. Well, I see how much money I be spending on. Like, I go to try to go to a black owned wellness center. They sell smoothies and stuff, and I be spending a gang of money when I could be in the grocery store doing all this stuff myself. I mean, I got a blender, I got a grill. Like, instead of going up there every time I go work out or something like that, they got protein. I mean, if you think about it, protein, you put the fruits and vegetables, it actually save you a little bit of money instead of having to make it for you. But chips and salsa is the devil, though. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably why my blood pressure high right now. But it's like what you said as well, Big Low. They had like a little card where it told you different black-owned businesses, and I think that'd be the key. I mean, there's Black Yellow Pages on Instagram, so but some of those might be the key makings of making a black city. Even though we can't like have a completely black city, we just know which places to go to have that revenue and to put money in our community. So let's say the grocery store is 20 miles away. Let's say the urban farming is about 4 miles away. Let's say this store is a mile away, this store is a mile away, this store is a mile away. This mutual aid group's not far. So we could definitely swing it. So again, and then we just had to connect with each other in the communities. All right, I'm gonna let my plane. Dirty, go ahead.
Okay, so I found, according in under the topic of Black cities, there is an entire map. I mean, mostly in the South, just like I forgot the name of the guy's profile that just left when he was referring to us moving more
Black by popular
south.
demand.
Yes, Black by popular demand. So I posted in the Jumbotron. There is a map. If anybody opens it up and scrolls down, you got two majority Black cities in California. But the more that you go south, that there are so many. There are so many towns, and they show you the small towns, the medium-sized towns, these larger towns. So the guy actually was onto something. It looks like the more south we go, the more we're going to run into majority Black owned, majority Black towns. I put it in the Jumbotron. Anybody wants to take a peek at that map? It's actually quite inspiring. The entire page, they call them Black cities. So our people are already on this movement. We're already migrating. We're into each other. It's definitely something to look at.
Yeah. Appreciate that. I was looking at it when you
No
had posted
problem.
it. And another thing too, we was talking earlier about those chickens, Sulan. That's another thing to have. That's good protein. Chickens, they don't have to mate in order to make eggs. A lot of people don't know that. That's the fertilized egg. So you can have 10 hens, and you won't even need a rooster. And you got a steady supply. All you gotta do is keep the hens happy, and you got a steady supply of protein eggs every day. 2 to 3 eggs per chicken. You know, they don't eat. The only thing they eat is corn. It's the only thing you got to feed them.
Oh yeah, free range chickens, they take care of themselves. Now, I had another conversation with Fred about pigs. I need to get that link from him where he was talking about how this country had switched our pigs out to where we used to have pigs that were like chickens, that they were free range, they could take care of themselves, they eat off the land, and they were healthier. And then they switched out our pigs to what we see today, to where they have to be taken care of. I think, and then our pigs are unhealthy and shit. Like, a lot of people don't eat pork for that reason, but there's a lot. This country has put their finger on a lot that they shouldn't have had any business doing. I got to get Fred to send me that link again when it came to Black farmers in the South that had their own pigs, their own chickens, their own of a lot. Sheep. We used to have sheep that were that's what it was. It was sheep. It wasn't pigs. It was sheep that were self-sufficient, and they I don't want to say they killed them off, but they switched it to the pigs that the sheep that we have today. They have to be sheared. They have to be taken care of. Like if they were to if they were to be free range, they would die. They wouldn't be able to survive. But yeah, there's a lot. There's a whole bunch when it comes to farming and being off the grid. In California, it's illegal. I think it's still illegal for them to collect their own rainwater. Have their own gardens on their land. It's illegal for them to do stuff like that. So I don't. There's a lot that we got to touch base on. Oh, Miss Patrizia, yes, ma'am.
So where my mom come from, not everybody grow everything. So for example, we trade goods for favors and things like that. We do also, like if somebody has like a pig farm or whatever, You go and you buy a pig, take it down to Sandy Cuts way back there in the woods. Get you some Alabama sausage, whatever they cut, rooter to the tutor, and that's enough meat to last you for maybe a year, or maybe a little over a year. So you don't never have to go and buy, your meat and stuff. Same thing with the cow. And then also, so in my mom's community though, like you trade peas for they might send you they might send you down to Aunt Gussie's house somewhere where you got to go and cut her grass or do something for her, and then she grow peas and she give you a couple bags when your mama come and pick you up, stuff like that. So there was a lot of trading. I know when I was a kid, or if we had we grew plums, so if we had plums and we would trade with somebody else that might have okra, and so like as a community, that's how we basically did a lot of stuff. Milk, same thing, like almost everything, we always was very self-sufficient. And I think you go into town and you buy feed or whatever for your animals, but you know if you're talking about a self-sustaining community, like that's the best option. And to this day those communities are still thriving. Like I know a lot of people don't like the country, but the one thing I can say about the country is the food is healthier, you'll be healthier, your kids will be healthier, you know. And plus the lifestyle is a little bit slower, which means that you kind of got to take your time to get to places. It's like you're a truck driver, they say hurry up and wait. That's basically what it is down south. It's more or less a hurry up and wait situation. Everything, the banks close on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, stuff like that. But yeah, like, as far as community is concerned, having a self-sustaining, we just have to be on code and work together to actually do it, and trust that whoever got the okra ain't giving you bad okra, for your number one peaches or plums or whatever. But, I land.
Yeah, that's some good info right there. Yeah, we got to get on that type of time. On the jumbotron, man, I posted me holding my goat Joey. I be getting goat milk from. I put goat milk in a lot of stuff, macaroni, um, basically anything you put dairy in. Feed it to my dogs too, my little beagles. Anybody else? Any suggestions? Um, should we? Are we gonna invest in some type of protection, guns? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna.
Is this you with a goat?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh my God. Okay. You one's already step ahead, huh?
I grew up with farm animals.
That's what's up.
At one point, I had almost 50 chickens.
Yeah, I'm looking at Florida. I typed in black cities in Florida. We got Gainesville, Pembroke Pines, Miami Gardens, Miramar, Eatonville. I've heard about Eatonville. Eatonville was one of the first black towns, I believe, here in Florida. Huge history in Eatonville. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of us. I need to get moved over. I've heard, I don't know, especially Gainesville. I've heard a lot of good things about Gainesville. Yeah, this is all inspiring. Get there's the one thing about having a community online, but in our real worlds, being able to come out your front door and your mailman is black, your governor is black, your mayor is black. That stuff, you feel a sense of protection in your own community amongst your own people. I like that security. I like that feeling of being safe. Because over here in Delray Beach, there's a lot of white people. And they're gatekeepers. That's another thing I don't like about them, is that they're gatekeepers.
And rightfully so.
You said what about the police?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, no problem. Yeah, this is they got 10 best places to live in Florida for black families. West Palm Beach is not one of them, but for some reason it's on this list. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot right here. Jacksonville, I know Jacksonville is lit. Yeah, the more south, now I know specific places to go to. I love living here in Florida, but there are specific cities that now I got my eye on.
You said there's a lot of white people down there.
Well, the town that I'm in now is called Delray Beach, and we blew up during COVID because a lot of people who came from lockdown states, they came to Florida and now they live here now. That's why like the rent has skyrocketed, traffic has gone straight to hell. Our jobs, job market kind of got hit hard too because a lot of the, a lot of people came from different places. Um, I think Tesla. Yeah, I think Tesla wants to build a factory out here. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, for real? Tesla factory. Is everybody around their family, or this the lonely nigga space, or what?
Wait, what are you talking about?
The space right here. I said, is everybody spending time with their families right now?
Oh yeah, I hope so. I hope you guys are spending time with your families.
Them kids in there playing with them toys. They ain't even thought about me.
Yeah, my son got his PlayStation. He's done with me for the day. I saw him this morning, and that's the last time I saw him. He'll probably go hang out with his dad later.
I got spaces on in the background. Just want to come in and say happy holidays, y'all.
How do
Yes, happy holidays.
the Puerto Ricans do? It's just normal celebrating Christmas, or y'all got
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
special
yeah.
y'all do?
Oh, definitely.
Puerto Ricans are American, Big
Yeah,
Lowski.
we like we like the spicy. We spicy. We're like spicy whites. It's all the same to us.
Yeah, y'all didn't do the ham or the turkey. Y'all did the
Yeah,
pernil,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
And then we do the coquito.
The coquito.
Yes, yes. But
My neighbors get down too, so I know tonight. That's when the party starts. That's when Thanksgiving starts. My neighbor house is tonight.
oh yeah, yeah. I'm just waiting on my mother-in-law to pick us up.
That's what's up.
She
Shout out to the family.
definitely.
You said you waiting to get picked up.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah.
Say you waiting to get picked up by your mother.
Mm-mm. Mother-in-law.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. Oh, hey man, hope you
Oh
enjoy
yeah,
it.
definitely. Yeah, I'm in and out. I've been in and out the space all day. Kids, they open up their presents, so now they're doing exactly the same thing. They don't know who the hell I am. They're just in their own world with their gifts.
And I woke up and I put them gifts up under the Christmas tree, and then I ate my cookies. They left me a letter and everything, and then shit, I walked out the house and yelled, "Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas!" Then I slammed the door, woke all their asses up.
My son don't believe in Santa Claus no more, so I don't get to do that fun stuff.
How old your son is?
He 11. He does not believe in Santa no more.
Mm.
Poor baby. I was like, damn. I thought, I mean, 11 is that's okay. That's about the age they start to realize we've been lying to them since they were kids.
Man, you gotta do it right. You gotta know how to hide it from 'em. Some kids, some parents be too obvious with it.
Nah, man, they got cell phones and Roblox and the school. They got kids today that be like, we don't even celebrate Christmas. And my son is like, why? And then these kids are honest because Santa's not real. And I think how old was my son when he hit me with that? I think he was like 6, turning 7. I was like, damn.
How you say? He was like, "Mommy, you know what? Santa's not real."
No, he asked me. He said, Santa real? And I couldn't even. I knew something happened, so I was like, "We're gonna have to have an honest conversation, huh?"
Something happened.
Yeah, I knew something happened at school because they don't come to
Oh,
you with that unless something happened. I was like, "Damn these kids! I should have homeschooled you."
yeah.
Um, and the next question, the next tough conversation after that was, we went to Dunkin' Donuts and we were talking to the person on the, or in the drive-through. And I was like, all right, sir, thank you. I was looking for some good suggestions on donuts. I want to mix it up a little bit. I said, thank you, sir. And the motherfucker was like, did you just assume my gender? And my son was like, what the fuck? What does that mean? I
That's
was like,
crazy.
god damn. I got to go cuss this nigga out. So,
That's
yeah,
crazy right
it was
there.
crazy.
I would have cussed that
Santa
nigga
and
straight out.
transgenders. That's how that went.
Would have fired his ass up, bitch. Hey, I got my daughters holding some of their chickens. They had a ton of them, bro. I'm talking about a ton of them inside the jumbotron. But yeah, I try. I tell my kids I am Santa Claus. Uh, I started off real early with that. First, I didn't. I definitely didn't like the idea of telling them it's a white man coming down our chimney with rosy red cheeks and giving them presents. I wasn't about to do that. I worked too hard to be telling a white man bring them gifts. So, you know what I'm saying? But also, I don't like lying to my kids, like, period. You know what I'm saying? No matter if it's anything, because I think a little bit, even with the little holiday, the little fun shit, just being fun, they kind of lose trust a little bit. Like, subconsciously, they lose trust in their parents a little bit, even with the little small little white lies. So they always know
Yeah.
they dad are going to be honest with them no matter what, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I did that with the Tooth Fairy and Easter Bunny. I just did what I did growing up. I was like, okay, you throw the eggs all over the place, and somebody in the family dress up as the Easter Bunny and come through, and your kid's face just lights up. It's magical. And the Tooth Fairy, I used to decorate his money, put it all over the place, and take the tooth and all that, throw that shit in the garbage. And the second that he found out all that shit was fake, it was heartbreaking. I was like, damn, my baby's childhood is over. So yeah, just stuff like that. I should have told him it was me all along.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that I do that I don't spank my kids, but I tell folk that they be like, "Well, it's easy for you to say you got all girls." I think with a boy, I ain't gonna do none of that spanking either. Man, I can raise my voice at my girls and they'll start crying.
You know what? I've had that conversation too with other parents about spanking. The thing is, in the Black community, like my grandma and my aunt had an aunt. I had an aunt who used to put it down. She used to go get a vine from a bush and strip that thing, and she used to still, whip us with it when we were bad. And then my dad
The vine,
wasn't a spank.
man, I
Yeah,
got
then
hit
the
with extension
switch.
cords, vines. I got choked out before. All type of stuff.
I have so many stories of getting my ass whooped by my family and family members. And the thing is,
My old ass grandmother real deal choked my ass out. Old as hell.
and the thing is, I have a level of respect. I have shame. Like there's things that, as an adult, I just appreciate now. But me not spanking my son, I kind of feel like he doesn't have fear. Like I need you to be afraid of consequences. Like it's not that I think people should put their hands on you. It's more like if if I steal out of my aunt's purse or if I steal from this store and my mother finds out, I want him to know that there are consequences.
Yeah.
The other side of the argument is that I've had parents, white, especially white people, they'll be like, I don't spank my kids. I don't want them to be traumatized, or I don't want them to be scared of me. And it's like, I'm not body slamming my baby. If I'm introducing discipline. I'm not screaming and hollering and bruising my baby. I'm introducing discipline. If you go to school and you well out at school, you're a reflection of me and my parenting. And I don't want people to think that you're just out here doing whatever you want and getting away with whatever you want. I want people to know that my son has respect, and that he's disciplined, and that he's also disciplined in him, and he has discipline in himself. So I don't know. I've had conversations with on both sides, parents that are adamantly just not going to spank their kids, and other parents who they will throw a shoe in a heartbeat. So I don't know. My son's older now, but I did spank him when he was little. It's just a lot of shit that he was doing that I was like, nah, we can't do that.
See, I think
And I
some
see white
parents.
kids. These white kids are all over the place, man. If they would just spank the baby, just spank them, these kids would not be doing the shit that we see them doing today.
Yeah. Um, I think, but some parents they take it like it's almost like more for them than it is for the kids sometimes. Like I understand you come home from like a long day at work or something, and your kid getting on your nerves or something. Like they be taking some of that bottled up energy that they get from work on their kids sometimes.
Oh, I know what you mean. When they post their babies on the internet and cut their hair off, or they take their baby to the barber shop and cut
Hmm.
all their hair off as a form of discipline, that's a reflection of that individual parent. I don't like seeing shit like that. I really don't. I'd rather you spank your baby and set them straight rather than humiliate them in front of the world. Those videos will never go anywhere. Those videos have been copied and shared across the world of I can't even of all types of parents. I mean, I've seen mostly black parents of the media that I follow. I see World Star. I used to be on the app, but that app, I don't know what they did to it. It's too many advertisings now. But I can't get behind that. I can't get behind humiliating your child in front of the world. I just got done watching a mother. I didn't even have the sound on because it was enough already to watch it, of her cutting the braids out of her baby's hair.
Yeah, I saw that, but I ain't watch it. But I saw it.
Yeah. I don't
Some
get it.
people, some people. I mean, I know people who punish their kids because they got too much energy. But you want your kids to have energy, right? Like you want them to be able to. I know people be frustrated working a 50-hour job and then got to deal with all that stuff. That's why I think we need to rethink the whole school system, man. Making kids sit down 8 hours straight. Then you got to give them medicine. You got to medicate them so they'll sit there. I
Well,
think.
I put my boy in sports. My son has been a part of a sports team, soccer, football, baseball.
Wow,
He's a boy, so I just felt like he needed friends. He needed a community of his own. He had a schedule. I
that's
never
good.
wanted him to have downtime. He had a tutor. Um, so I never realized he does have a lot of energy. Um, but there are parents that just, there's no manual, there's no book on life, there's no book on parenting.
Mhm.
You can go read. There's a library that will give you suggestions.
Mhm.
But these kids are their own individuals, so I
Especially with
think we're
black
winging
folks,
it.
because I think the main reason we do spank our kids is from slavery. To be honest with you, associating corporal punishment with discipline. I think we learned from our oppressors a little bit with that. So it's still a lot of trauma we haven't gotten over, and some stuff we need to learn about and talk about as a community on how to raise our kids better. Because it's a lot of what I'm saying, issues in the black community. So it it's not a bad idea to have a new idea to try to switch something up and do something different. You know what I'm saying?
I could do that. I could hear that conversation for sure.
I
Yeah, I
start
could sit down with that.
I started off with my oldest daughter. I started popping her, But then I noticed me yelling at her did the same thing that popping her did. So
Mm-hmm.
like, and it's you got mental, you got mental trauma, you got physical trauma, and I don't think they all too far apart for real as far as having the same effect on the mind and stuff that they remember. Man, you could tell a little child something that'll fuck their ass up. I'm talking about they whole head like, what? For real? Damn. That's fucked up that you said that. And that'll be way worse than beating their ass.
Yep. I can recall right now some crazy shit my mom has said. But yeah, man,
And
these
that'll
are
stick
definitely
with you more than
conversations.
that'll stick with you for the rest of your life more than whooping your ass would. I
Yep.
got my ass whooped a whole bunch of times, but that time that somebody told me something crazy that really like checked myself and really like, dog, you tripping, this and that, and actually sat down and talked to me. I remember those stick in my mind way more than get my ass whooped sometimes.
Yeah,
hmm
I definitely can agree with that.
So we gotta learn how to communicate too. Sit down and talk with our kids. Sometimes your kid do something fucked up, make you mad. Take a second and take a deep breath right fast. Just take a deep breath and think about it, and tell the kid to go to their room or something. Then come go up in there, talk to them, or if you do gotta give them a popping, give them popping. But sometimes, my mama, man, she used to whoop my ass for all type of stuff. I'm talking about, boy, shut your ass up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, but I'm over here doing my homework. When she on the phone talking to some or, something else, uh, you know, it's nothing wrong with taking a breather and then, coming up with a real way to punish them in a way they can learn from it sometimes. You get what I'm
That's
saying?
that's true. Yeah, we'll figure it out because I mean, like I said, there's no manual. There's no book of life. There's like we're all winging it today. Like we're all winging it in our adult lives. So, I get it. It's all it is just having a conversation. I've had a few about different styles of parenting. Some people thought, that I was working my son too hard and not letting him have downtime. And I was like, nah, I can't. He's got too much potential. I just can't let that go. I want him to experience, he's been to camp, he's been to summer camp, winter camp. There's just different things that I didn't let him have a lot of downtime. I wanted him to live up to his fullest potential. And I ran into parents who just don't like that. They don't like that he's overworked. They felt like, he just needed a break. But when I have conversations with him, he's having fun.